Well, greetings, managerial communications students. This is BUS22 Managerial Communications Fall 2025 at Norco College. And my name is Eric Doucette. I will be your instructor for the next 8 weeks for this fully online class in managerial communications. This short video that I put together is really just to introduce myself and welcome you to the class, as well as to kind of show you how to log in if you've never done that, how to get into Canvas, our learning management software, and how to access the class, as well as just a little bit about myself. So I'll start with myself. Again, my name is Eric Doucette. I've been teaching at Norco College since 2016. I've been teaching this class pretty much the entire time. In 2020, I was hired full time as the next at the time the next business professor, along with John Alpay. Adam Martin and Dana White were already on staff for 1 year before us, and then of course Patty Warsham was here the longest, and she is our department chair. And then we recently just hired somebody for logistics, Kimberly Schuster, I think that's her name, and she'll be doing those courses. So that's your full-time faculty. We have many other incredible part-time faculty here at the college, but I'm teaching this class, and I'm so excited to have you in it. What I'm going to do now is show you first off how to log into Canvas. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to go to the Norco College homepage. So you should go there, norcocollege.edu. Right up here at the very top, it says Quick Links. Select Quick Links, and below that is Canvas. So select Canvas. Again, that's our learning management software. This is where your class is hosted online. It's where you'll go day in and day out to continue to do work on your course. My sign in is already set up, so it's going to automatically populate my email address into the sign in username, and yours will be your email address as well. And then it's automatically going to populate my password. And your password, if you've never signed in before, is the 2 digits of the month of your birth, the 2 digits of the day of your birth, and then the 4 digits of the year. And that's going to be your sign in. You might have Authenticator app turned on. I don't typically use it. I just bypass it and have them text me a code for my double verification. So I'm going to do that, and that's going to get me signed into Canvas. And that brings me to the Canvas dashboard. All of the courses that you're enrolled in, if they have an online component at all, will have a folder here in Canvas. And so the course that you're taking with me, BUS22, also has a folder. It's right here in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and select that, and that's going to bring you to what I call the home page in Canvas for our class. And if you notice, I created a little navigation table to help you navigate around the course. I'm going to explain what each button does, but if you click any of these buttons, it brings you to what it's identifying. First off is the Start Here button. I'm going to come back to that, but this is where you're going to want to go when you first log in, and it's going to get you started in the class. The first row of the table is the syllabus button. This gives you the most current version of the syllabus, the one that I emailed to you earlier in the week. This one is the most recent version. You can view it online or you can download it. All you need to do is click it, and it gives you those options. Next to that are the 3 red buttons with numbers in them. The first one is module number 1, the second one is module number 2, and the third one is module number 3. If you notice below each one, there's dates. So that's the dates that we'll be working in module number 1, and the same with module 2 and 3. Module number 1 is 3 weeks long. Module number 2 is 3 weeks long, and module number two is 3 weeks long, and module number 3 is 2 weeks long. Module number 1, we focus on business presentations, predominantly general business communications, and then business presentations. So you'll be doing a business presentation that you'll record and upload. I'll talk about that in a minute. Module number 2 deals with business communications in the form of written documents. So we'll be learning about how to format a memo, an email, and a letter, and how to do negative persuasive messages. And then in the third module, we focus on employment communications, such as resume writing, cover letter writing, and then interviewing skills, as well as job search skills. So we'll be focused on that the last 2 weeks of our course. So if you click any one of those 3 red buttons, it'll bring you to that point in our modules page so that you know exactly what you should be working on. The last row of our table is the Cengage link. We do have a Cengage ebook linked to this course, the book that you're going to need for the course. And you're also welcome to purchase a hard copy at the bookstore or online or whatever you want to do. But The ebook is probably the least expensive. It's already linked to the class. Once you click that and register and pay the 55 bucks or whatever it is, you have access to read the book online. You could probably do so on your tablet or phone as well. So that's the easiest and quickest way. There is no other software. You don't need to go to any other website. Everything is done here in Canvas. So all you need is the book. That's it. You don't need access codes or anything else because you will not be going to any other third-party sites other than where the textbook is hosted. So yeah, make sure you register for the textbook. Next to that are some course videos. There's not much under that one. I taught Business 24, and there is some pre-recorded videos on how to do a presentation and as well as business writing. So you might want to view those, especially as we'll look at those assignments in a minute here. There's my office hours link. I have office hours both at Norco College and RCC this semester, as well as online. And I also have a bookings link there. If you want to link up and just set up a different time that works better for you, you can set up a meeting with me in bookings and it'll alert me and let me know that you want to meet. So that's the best way to get a hold of me. Also, next to that is a help button, and in there is my contact information. There is my phone number. If you want to text me, I'm fine with that. My email again, and also the help desk information as well as Canvas information. And it's an open forum, so basically you can discuss, ask questions, you can discuss things with other students, you can discuss things with me. You just click reply and type in your question or comment in the box that populates, and everyone will be alerted and everyone can see it if they choose to go there and look for it. So it's an open forum. It's a way for us to communicate and dialogue, and so please take advantage of that if you have any questions or concerns. All right, so that's the table on the front page. If you ever get lost and you don't know where you are, just click home up here and that'll bring you back to this table, and that kind of helps you navigate where you're at. Also, if you're using a phone or a tablet, you won't see that menu to the left. In fact, your screen will look like this. And in that case, what you'll do in order to navigate is just click this arrow at the very top. And if you click that, it opens up the same menu that's on the left of a full screen on a computer. And that'll allow you to go back to the home screen as well. So, all right, well, I think we're ready to get started. So let's go ahead and click the Start Here button. And here we have a brief welcome from me, a little explanation on the importance of business communications and managerial communications. There is a communication policy showing you the best way to get a hold of me and my name and all that. This is my Norco College email. There's also the bookings link here. And as I mentioned, in every single one of the announcements I send you, as well as on the help page, is my cell number. So if you need to text me, go there, text me off, feel free to text me at your convenience, and I'm usually pretty quick at getting back to you. This is all the ways in which you can communicate with me, and I'll communicate with you, and definitely read all of the comments and feedback I give you on your assignments. And then also, please be looking for announcements, and you can also comment on the announcements, and that's an opportunity for us to dialogue. And then you can also interact with other students as well. And here's some ways to do that. Again, this is an online class, so please log in, do your work online. It's not a correspondence class. It's going to require interaction. That's some of the assignments do that. Here's again the book. If you need to register for the book, you haven't done that yet, you can click the link on the homepage, or you can also click that link. And then here is how to navigate the class on a cell phone or tablet. I showed you that in a minute ago. So here's how you get started. Read the syllabus. That's the first thing. So make sure you read it thoroughly. You understand what's required in the class. Watch the welcome video, which you're doing now. Complete the mandatory check-in assignment. You must do this in the first week of class to remain in the class. So please do that right away to avoid being dropped. It can be found by just clicking the link right here, or it's the very first assignment in the first module. Get the textbook. Here's another way to do it. I also give you some links to Amazon and the Norco College bookstore if you want to get a hard copy. And once you've done all that, there is a list down here of all the assignments each week. We can look ahead as to what to expect. But once you're ready to go ahead and click Module 1, and that's going to bring you to the first module in the course. Now, if you back up a little bit, you will see that there's the textbook here, my bio here, and some tutorials on Canvas in case you need a little help there. But if not, just get started in our coursework by clicking the first folder in module number 1, folder, not folder, and that'll give you the check-in assignment that I mentioned needs to be done right away. So please complete that. Once you're done with that, you complete it by clicking reply and answering the questions. Then you go ahead and click next, and that's going to bring you to the PowerPoint for chapter 1, which, by the way, you may want to review before you take any, well, I have it here first, so before you take a quiz or anything. You don't need it for the participation assignment. And then chapter 2, PowerPoint. And then you have quiz on chapters 1 and 2. I had that wrong. You actually have chapter 1 and 2 for your first assignment. Maybe that was different from my other class. Anyway, you have 2 chapters to read week number 1. So there's a quiz here. Now yours is going to look a little different. It's going to say start quiz, but you're looking at it as me. So it's going to look a little differently. And then you're going to have your first discussion post. Now, this is very important. This is a 3-week assignment. You have 3 weeks to do it, but there's something that you need to do every week. So I will explain this in the video that I showed you under the course videos button on the homepage. But this is the individual presentation assignment and the do's and don'ts of effective business presentations. And both of those are covered in the video. But what basically you're going to do in this assignment is your first week, this week, you're just going to make a list of all the positives and negatives that you've experienced with business presentations. You know, what did they do right? What did they do wrong as you think back on presentations, and make as many as you can. Next week, you're going to actually view other students' lists and make additions to your list or subtractions from your list so that you're refining it and you're making it better. And you're also commenting on other students' lists. So that's next week. And then week 3, then you're going to make a final list. And you should do it in that order. That's the way to get the best score. And if you do, you'll probably get a pretty high score. Also, you may want to read the chapter 12, which is going to go over business presentations. That's next week. And then you're also going to watch the Zoom session that I had put together for that. In fact, if I go to the next assignment here, that's the discussion post. The next assignment is you're actually going to be doing a presentation. And here's a link to the Zoom session I did about it already. So this Zoom session covers both of those assignments in great detail. So watch that Zoom session. But basically what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be putting together a 5-minute PowerPoint presentation and video of yourself talking about your 4 significant life events. And this is something that you're going to create, a document, then you're going to turn it into a PowerPoint presentation that's 5 minutes long, and then you're going to record yourself in PowerPoint giving the presentation. You're going to upload that presentation to Canvas as a submittal for your assignment. So I give you a step-by-step each week what you should be doing on this assignment. You have 3 weeks to do it. And on the last week, which is the 3rd week of class, you're going to be uploading your recorded presentation. It should have a video of you in it, and you should see your PowerPoint slides in the background. As you're working your way through the slides, you're giving your presentation to your audience. And I have all the instructions on how to do that here in this explanation, as well as in the Zoom session video that I did on this topic. So keep in mind, you have 3 weeks to do both of these larger assignments, and that'll get us through module number 1. So, all right, well, that's pretty much it for the welcome introductory video and what assignments that you should be working on for week number 1, and also week number 2 and 3. As you see, those first 2 assignments are going to be more than just week 1, but get started on them right away. Don't wait until the very end and try and do it, because you won't do a good job and you won't get a good grade. So please get started right away. If you have any questions or concerns, you can certainly reach out to me during my office hours. I do have office hours, as I mentioned on the home screen. And so click that link, see when I'm available, or set up a time that works better for you. But that's it for today. Be watching for a video by me next week. I'll be talking about what we covered this week, looking ahead to what we'll be covering next week, as well as going over all of the assignments together. So have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week.